Rohan. So who will, Simi, you'll call out the teams? No, wait. One after the other. You decide, right? So we will record all the pitches. Your PPT will play there. Don't worry about the PPT because we'll intersperse onto the pitch later. But you please pitch for 3 minutes, and we're going to use that recording to send to investors later also. Yeah? Thank you.
Hello. Yeah. No closer. Okay. Hello. Yeah. So, Elargo Namaskara. There seems to be a small eclectic crowd over here. Good morning. My name is Dr. Mahesh, and I am a physician scientist, specifically a neuroscientist. and I'm the CEO of Conscious Lytics, and we are incubated at STPI, Electronic City in Bangalore. The problem we are attacking is stroke. Stroke is a sudden paralysis which occurs because there's a clot in the blood vessels of the brain. And usually it affects somebody who's senior, at the height of their powers, and suddenly that person can't speak, or they may be paralyzed, and they're like a baby. And you don't know what's happening. Even the doctors don't know what's happening really, because they do very clinical examinations, which is not really granular for brain function, or it's MRI, which gives you a structural snapshot of the brain, or some non-specific lab test. This is like heart attack, and in heart attacks, we monitor the function of the heart using ECG. Imagine, trying to treat a heart attack without ECG is very difficult. So that is the problem we are attacking. And our solution is we are using brain waves. Specifically, we use something called event-related potentials, where you record, from the scalp, derived from EEG. And it's pretty similar to the heart. We monitor the electrical functioning of the brain. And we use these event-related potentials. They're very reliable. There are more than 10,000 papers on ERPs, except that now we've got it to the bedside. And we look at specific cognitive parameters like attention and working memory, which tell us something about the function of the brain, and we follow it during the course of the patient's stay in the ICU. So on the screen, you see the cap. This sits on the head, and it's objective. The patient can be, doesn't have to respond. It's cost effective. It's much cheaper than MRI, and it's fast. You can do it within 13 minutes, and it's reliable. As I said, we have 10,000 papers, and it is scalable. You don't need major training. Now, ECG is done by technicians and stuff. Likewise with this. Can I go to the next slide, please? Yeah. So that is the background. So coming to our current status, we are at technology level 6, and we are performing a clinical trial, before we begin sales. And we are doing it at Gadag. And that's one of the patients where we are following up with these potentials. And we follow them during the stay in the ICU. So we know either whether they're increasing, their function is increasing, it's stable, or it's deteriorating. And this allows the physician, the treating neurologist, to customize therapies to make sure the guy recovers. So, this Ramaiah Evolute is talking about a global company. So we have incorporated in the United States and Massachusetts, and we are planning a US trial. No one's going to believe us with Indian data, so we have to do it over there. And the markets, if you see that graph below, are huge worldwide. Right now it's about 40 billion, and it's expected to grow more because people live longer, they have unhealthy lifestyles, and stroke is going to be a problem in other countries too, not just in India. So we want to expand to the US and possibly the European markets. And once we get enough data, 10,000 or more, then we can do AI and ML methods to do predictive medicine. When a patient comes in, we can actually predict. That's a little bit in the future. We need the data. So in about 2 years, we should have the data. And finally, we can extend it to long-term rehab, focus, because right now we are doing it for the first week. But then we can do it over the weeks or the next few months and take it from there. So that's my presentation. And if there are any questions, I can answer. Otherwise, we'll go on to the next one. Thank you very much.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. Hello. Tell me when I'm ready to start. Good morning. Thanks to Ramaiah Evolute team for giving us this opportunity and all fellow members. My name is Vaidyanathan, my co-founder Sashikant, and these days in TV you will be seeing everyday news about air pollution, the problem in Delhi, Mumbai. What we do not know is the problem is omnipresent all over India. The health cost of air pollution in India is estimated at over 7,50,000 crores per year. When we talk about air pollution, it's an invisible killer, so we do not know the impact on an individual. We have tried to drill it down to the individual because my air is my health. It impacts my health. So we are trying to talk of a context-aware content, hyperlocal AQI, for which we set up this company and we have grown to a certain level. More about that in these slides. We pioneered IoT-enabled air quality monitoring devices and solutions, intuitive dashboards and apps. And we created a unique context-aware computation engine because when you talk of these new generation sensors, getting accurate data is a critical thing. We've created that model, AI-driven model. And on the right, as you can see, we pioneered IoT solutions in air quality. We have deployments across 25 cities. We have designed over 8 products, 3 patents have been granted, and again, if I may repeat the word with your permission, we pioneered multiple things, including a SaaS model income for this, and IoT-enabled devices we did. So with marquee customers such as Cisco, L&T, Tech Mahindra, CMS, Quest, and so on, we have got some status in the industry also. We have good reputation as a thought leader, and you'll be happy to know we pioneered and designed the indoor air quality sensors for Honeywell. So with all this knowledge, we thought we'll try to work on context-aware hyperlocal content, for which we are talking of leveraging our sensor data and the new MOU we have with ISRO to get hyperlocal air quality data. So this is a complex solution sorry, screen is not present. This is a solution architecture comprising of a device layer, then multiple sources of data, the AI computation engine to get the context-aware content. I'll be able to get into the details later if you want. So I need to cover my presentation in 3 minutes. So we have done it all. We have functioning devices, functioning data, paying customers for the last 5-7 years. We are touched with a good technocrat team, domain knowledge, marketing expertise, solution architecture, product design capabilities. We have it all, and we have reputed customers. So now this particular thing, when we try to talk of hyperlocal data, this is a new buzzword. If you see with the Googles of the world and the Amazons and of course the IBMs and Microsofts are investing big time into that, we believe the time is up for us to leverage this particular opportunity to talk of hyperlocal content. Sensor-driven market is there. Hyperlocal AQ market is estimated at about $1 billion in India. So global market is estimated at over $10 billion. Sometimes some big names validate a thought and an idea. Last year, early this year, Google bought over Breezometer at $250 million. So now the world is waking up and saying IBM had bought over weather.com, Google bought over Breezometer. So the world is waking up to this hyperlocal data as a market. So here we are certain to be a part of this cohort. We are in the market for funding. We are talking of a period of about 2.5 to 3 years, total about $4 million funding in 3 tranches. With incubation, mentoring through Ramaiah is the first tranche we are seeking. We look forward to a successful journey through this cohort. Thank you all.
Yeah, we'll be setting 3 minutes timer, and when the time's up, we'll be letting you know.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Simi Sovadat. Maya is an AI platform for virtual prototyping of cosmetic products. With Maya, brands can launch their products 50% faster. No ammonia hair dyes, smudge-free waterproof eyeliners, hair repair serum. Some of the innovative products of L'Oreal, the #1 cosmetic brand for more than 10 decades. Now, what is it they do consistently? They invest in R&D billions every year. They have a massive R&D team, and their ability to launch multiple products every season throughout the year. Now, what am I saying here? Cosmetic product development is a cost-intensive, effort and time-intensive process. It's gone. Oh, yeah. So the typical time taken for a cosmetic product development is anywhere between 3 to 24 months. Now, you must be thinking what L'Oreal is doing is not everybody's cup of tea. I agree. But not anymore. A couple of months back, we were able to present our prototype to a big brand based out of Bangalore. So this company has about 200 members in R&D. They spend anywhere between 6 to 12 months to launch 20 products in the market. So what happens if they adopt Maya? With the same resources, within the same time period, they will be able to launch 40 products. Maya provides 50% product launch, which means if they take 6 months to launch a product currently, with Maya, it will be 3 months. Now, how do we do that? Maya is the first deep tech solution where customers can enter their preferences and a first customized formula will be generated within 2 minutes. Not only that, they will be able to evaluate the formula for success. Maya will predict the success rate just like your weather forecast. So this will help the customer to analyze which formula should go to the lab trials, which should be avoided, and which needs further refinements. This whole process is going to minimize their lab trials by 50%, which means their product launches are faster by 50%. Maya provides every brand an opportunity to carry out frugal innovation and also helps them to aspire to become the next L'Oreal in the market. Now, in 2 years' time, we intend to become the global leader in virtual cosmetic prototyping, and this technology can be extended to other sectors, and we intend to move into the food sector as well. Right now, we are working on paid collaboration concept. Thank you.
That's what you have mentioned. You have shared with me. You have shared with me. Oh, WhatsApp. Can you forward it again? I will be set for 3 minutes.
Good morning, friends and dignitaries. I am Ramesh, a doctor entrepreneur. I am the co-founder of Flying Kombucha, and this is Satya Ramesh, founder CEO of Flying Kombucha. Flying Kombucha is the next best beverage to water. Earlier, I was one of the 40% of Indian consumers who reached out to a bottle of artificially carbonated beverage to refresh. Many times, due to lack of options, I have ended up drinking water. Today, consumers in India spend nearly 40,000 crore per annum to refresh themselves with artificial ingredients beverage.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to the future of refreshment, Flying Kombucha. Imagine a beverage that's not just a drink but an experience. Flying Kombucha is that experience. 100% natural carbonated delight. We are not just a one-size-fits-all kind of company. We understand that consumers crave variety. That's why we offer 12 authentic Indian flavors, curated to cater to every palate and ensure customer satisfaction. We have captured the hearts and taste buds of many. With over 155,000 units have been sold in 2 cities at your doorstep in 60 minutes. But it's not just about numbers, it's about a movement towards healthier and more exciting drink alternatives. Our innovation is a testament to our commitment. Our groundbreaking production process not only produces larger batches, but also slashes production time by 50%. This means that every sip of Flying Kombucha reaches you fresher and faster. The beauty of Flying Kombucha lies not only in the product, but in our approach. We have achieved all of this without the need of cumbersome capital investment on our growth. We are breaking barriers with no capex and low apex in our operation with optimum inventory management. Over the next 24 months, we will establish our brand and scale from 5,000 to 1,25,000 units per month. We'll scale our operation to 10 cities and 300 cloud store points and to automate and enhance our production capacity by 30 times. Eventually, we reduce our product cost from 36 to 22 INR per unit. Join us on this journey as we embrace a new era of refreshment, where every sip is a step towards a healthier and a more genuine way of living. Thank you.
We'd like to thank the team at Ramaiah Evolute for this opportunity. Thank you all. We have some samples for everybody. We hope to share it with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, sorry, so good name.
Sure. I'll tell you the first one. Can you project the PowerPoint? Power it. Okay. Good morning. My name is Shiv. I'm co-founder and CEO for Immunitas Bio. We are a 2.5 years old biotech company based out of Bangalore, Electronic City in Bangalore Bioinnovation Center. So I just want to talk a little bit about the disease care system that we have, the healthcare system that we have. Currently, the healthcare system that we have is we start health and wellness, and then we transition to unhealth condition, and then the disease progresses, and then the first clinical sign appears, and then we go to the doctor, and then we get treated. That's what the current healthcare system we have. But the future has to change because we have a growing older population, and the population is expanding. This approach will not be working in the future. So what we need is a healthcare for tomorrow, a better healthcare monitoring system. And when we talk about healthcare, one of the important criteria is the immunity. The hallmark of good health and wellness is having a robust immunity. And how do we get this immunity? Immunity is how our body is protected from various diseases and conditions. That's how, and immunity plays a role in almost in every disease condition. So you need to have a robust immunity. And one of the important cells that does this job very efficiently is something called T cells. I think all of us are now aware about immunity, particularly post-COVID, where we know that how immunity is important. So we need to, and these T cells right now are not only just important in protecting us, they are also becoming the treatment modality for almost every disease conditions, like, from cancer to infectious disease to autoimmune disease. Every way T cell is being, manipulated to make things better. However, the challenge is we don't have a system that can monitor the functionality of these T cells. There is literally nothing available. There is no test available. All we have is some of those 50-year-old lymphocyte counts and things like that. There's no next generation readouts that are available that specifically tells you a functional readout. You have a kidney function test, you have a liver function test, can we not have an immune function test? That will tell you how well you are protected. That's what we are trying to develop. So we have a platform that will tell you how well is your immune system is functional. So it's a functional readout for us. And literally that will help us to benchmark your immunity status. That's what we are trying to develop. So what we have done in the last 2.5 years is we have developed a test for this for COVID-19, and this has been used by some of the vaccine companies, and some of the consumers have used it to understand whether they are protected or not, particularly when they don't have an antibody titer. They don't know whether they are protected or not, so they reached out to us and we have helped them to test and so on. Similarly, the kit is now being evaluated by some of the UK companies, particularly the Pandemic Institute, to understand large-scale population-based studies to see whether they can understand whether the protection is there or not. So with this, what we believe is, the platform that we have developed will address the needs of the 21st century healthcare system. That is like, identifying the transition from wellness to disease, and then they can take predictive measures that will help them to address some of those issues. That's the whole idea. So we think that this sort of approach has a market size of 162 billion and with a SAM of 81 billion, and we think that we will be able to address a market of 20 billion. So that's the sort of approach we have. Thank you.
It's all. Yeah, hi, good morning everyone. So font size is smaller because I have to try to put everything in a single slide. So what we are trying to do, our company name is Fitsol Supply Chain Solution, and I am one of the co-founder. We are total 4 co-founders from IM and ITs. What we are trying to solve, if you see, we are trying to leverage AI, artificial intelligence, and green logistics to tackle complete carbon emission management problem for industrial supply chain. So the problem statement that we are trying to do is, so when we go and pitch to this customer or when we go and meet these customers, 90% of emission is through scope 3 emission for most of this industrial supply chain. And the thing is, what they are doing right now is they are picking up the easy fruits, that is scope 1 and scope 2 emissions. And those are easy compared, but that constitutes only 10%. The problem statement is 90% of emission is happening through scope 3, and they are not even addressing it right now because data are not under their control. Scope 3 emissions, it goes outside the boundary of the company. So data, and even they cannot kind of control the So that is one of the problem statement. Second problem statement that we are trying to address is most of these companies, they are now trying to take an easy way out. is by offsetting and insetting most of these emissions that they are doing by buying carbon credits. But even in that case, the thing is what we have seen with the case of Vera or some big companies like that, whenever they are offsetting and insetting this kind of carbon credit, they don't have control on that. They buy some carbon credit, but they don't know whether, for example, they buy some carbon credit, okay, some farmers are going to have 1 acre of land plantation of this, but they don't know whether they are doing it or not. So such kind of controls are not there. And third, but not the least, is logistic and supply chain, which constitutes around 40% of overall scope 3 emissions. This is completely outside most of this company ambit, and that's why the data and control is not there. So when we say, I will just try to correlate with most of this health thing because we have already discussed. When we try to say we want to get healthy, we want to get fit, we need to have data. Regular measurement of the data because if we do some exercise, we take some diet, it should be backed up by data whether those exercise or those diet plan is working or not. So same thing, so we are trying to build a tool which will help them in complete carbon emission management. It will come online real time, it will track, it will also give them reporting mechanism, and it will also help them AI-based recommendation to reduce this reduction of this carbon emission. Second thing, what we are trying to do is we are trying to integrate complete logistic solutions for this company. In terms of green logistics, we are providing them low emission vehicle. We are providing them reusable green packaging. We are providing them green warehousing to solve this problem. And we have made some tool. We are working on a tool, AI-based tool, which can just click a photo. With that tool, you can click a photo of some part and it can tell you what is the correct packaging you can do for this so that there is a maximum vehicle utilization. So such kind of tools we are working on to solve this problem. Current, if you see our status, last month we have achieved a revenue of around 1.5 crores. So overall ARR is around 18 crores right now. And this year we want to close at around 22 crores with an ARR of around 36 crores. Already we have saved around 1 lakh kg plus of carbon emission for these 10 customers, B2B customers. We have long-term contract with them. Our projection is this year 22, next year 75 to 76, and then 150 crores. Definitely with funding right now we are bootstrapped. And if you see most of the customers, because these are B2B, our LTV for those customers is 80 crores, most of them, because these are 5,000, 6,000 crores B2B companies, big, large companies. Yeah, that's all.
She must have shared it on WhatsApp.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Puneet Badeka. I am one of the co-founder for Eon Space Labs Private Limited. So let me take an opportunity to take you all into the space domain. So at Eon Space Labs, we design, develop, and manufacture the optical payloads that are used for satellite drones and UAVs. We are the pioneer in the Earth observation, where we build the camera, basically camera for satellites, drones, UAVs for various applications. Our vision is to make space accessible for all. The application for the products that we are making for drones, satellites, and for long-range surveillance can be used for surveillance, agriculture, resource mapping, as well as disaster management. We are truly making all these products from designing, developing, and manufacturing entirely in India. So what is the problem issue that we are facing? The hunger, the border surveillance, smuggling and other activities, global warming, intense borders activities that are going across. So with the products that we are developing, we can solve these issues from space, where space is accessible for all and everyone. The maritime applications. So the issue challenge today is that in the space network, there are communication satellites available. There are satellites which are giving us the location which we are using in the Google Maps and other places. But no company in India is manufacturing these optics which are going into the satellite in space. Currently, everyone is importing all of them. So we come up with our expertise from designing, developing, and manufacturing entirely them in India. As well as you can see that the space is now open for everyone with the government of Indian initiations that they have taken. Various startups are coming up. So what we are doing is that we are playing into the area of visible and infrared rays, where we are giving the application for visible that can be used for agriculture, wildlife, coastal management, and whereas for infrared, that is the night vision cameras that are being used for Earth observation, city planning, military applications, and space exploration, not only looking onto the Earth, but as well as looking into the space. So what are we doing basically? We are giving the payloads. We call the optical systems as the payloads. We are giving these optical payloads to the satellite manufacturers, drone manufacturers, or UAV manufacturers, and giving them the images. With these images, they are playing with the data, because the data is the future, as you all are aware of. And by doing the analytics, example, if a farmer is having an application on his mobile phone where he's getting the image from the satellite, that how much soil, how much water needs to be given to the soil, that is given by the hyperspectral camera, that we have the potential that we can use into the camera, and that can be used from the satellites. Now where we come into picture? We come into picture by reducing the form size. So this one is the current available payloads that we are importing. We are reducing the size, dimensions, and giving the same performance with the small miniature payload that we have been developed. So in the cost of launching 3 payloads, in cost of launching one, we can launch 3 payloads. So why we are able to do this? We are able to do this with our expertise of almost 7+ years with these people, Mr. Manoj, Mr. Sanjay, and me, Puneet. So these are the current products that are already available. The space-based products are at TRL level 4, and ground-based products are at TRL level 6, where we are giving demonstrations, and there are various products variants. So these are being used in different sizes of satellite, that is 2U, 3U, different form factors of satellites. Whereas these products can also be used for ground-based applications, for long-range surveillance. So this building that you are able to see is almost at a distance of 13 kilometers. Now imagine if we are placed it on a hill and are able to see movement happening across the borders 13 kilometers, we can take a plan of action against it. So this is on the left-hand side, you can see the IR images that we have captured from a distance of 3 kilometers. This video has really been appreciated by Twitter by Ministry of Defense and Indian Armed Force. And this is the lunar eclipse that happened day before yesterday. This is the recent image that we have captured from our telescope that we have made ourselves. The image that I was talking about for the farmers, imagine if they're getting this application in their mobile phone. It will be so easy for them to identify that how much soil, how much irrigation, how much fertilizers needs to be added at which place. Our vision is to go into space in 2025, launch our own satellites into space. However, we have different potential customers and different LOIs with which we are going to launch our payload. Our payload basically, I mean, are the cameras that we are planning to launch in June with ISRO, as well as there are 2 companies named as Kepler Aerospace and Skyroot. So we have a planned launch with them for the miniature payload that we have been developed. Yeah. Apart from that, we are the IDEX winners. So this is the team which we are working, already working for Indian Navy. We are giving them the solutions where they'll be using our payload from UAV at a distance of 30 kilometers. That's all from me. Thank you.
Yeah, hello everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity. So we are Zeiss, and we are working on providing ESG solutions for enterprises and their entire value chains. So I'd just like to begin with a brief pretext. So To define, ESG stands for environmental, social, and governance, three key areas where businesses can impact the outside world. But again, taking a look at the importance of ESG, businesses would have to actively disclose ESG critically because one, the regulations are increasingly demanding it. Second, there is an increased emphasis from the side of investors. And finally, customers are increasingly loyal to brands that are actively disclosing ESG. But suppose, say, you want to take up ESG reporting or compliance today for your company. The very first challenge that you face is the tedious coordination across hundreds of stakeholders and sites just to collect data. Today, this is performed mostly manually, which actually gives way to falsified green claims by companies, or in common parlance, it is known as greenwashing. And this is primarily because the manual mode of data collection lacks largely in terms of the data quality controls. And further, the very landscape of ESG regulations is highly dynamic and ever evolving. So to help companies cope with these challenges, we have developed an advanced SaaS offering that essentially acts as a collaborative ecosystem which brings together all possible stakeholders together and enables them to seamlessly share data. And second, it would also help maintain comprehensive audit trails so that at the end of the day, the reports carry maximum stakeholder confidence because of superior data quality. And finally, the system is adaptive enough to consistently keep up with the changing regulations and mandates. Now, taking a look at how we are disrupting the marketplace. First, we are offering one single solution for the entire value chain, meaning our solution brings together everyone, including companies, suppliers and distributors, auditors and assessors, consultants, etc., under one roof, so that all of these players can come together, play their part in the overall workflow. Second, we have the integrated reporting on a single click option because companies resort to at least 3 or more different frameworks of reporting. So we have an integrated feature of reporting through multiple frameworks on just a single click. And finally, the system also augments company level data with market intelligence so that any company is equipped with enough insights to optimize their own operations. And further, finally, taking a look at our journey and roadmap, currently we are working with 8 clients in India for our platform. Going ahead, we are incorporating the AI authenticator for streamlining reporting efficiency and also incorporating digital supply chain twins. So this is again to enable end-to-end ESG traceability. So just to summarize, we are working towards a grand vision of combating and eliminating greenwashing as a plague in ESG so that ESG becomes an authentic tool for businesses not only to run profitably, but also responsibly. Thank you.
Yesterday, all sports fit. Morning all. Hi, my name is Govind. I'm the founder CEO of the company All Sports Fit. I'm a serial entrepreneur myself. I started a own company working with the Indian Army and Tata Group, ITC Group earlier. Now this is a new venture which started 1.5, 2 years, almost 2 years ago. And the mission for All Sport Fit is to be the world's largest sports service provider for children in schools. That's the objective in what we're doing as a company. The mission is to kind of train, scout, assess, and turn them into a pro. Bring an organized curriculum-based PE programs in the unorganized PE sector in India and also globally. That's our mission and vision in terms of what we are doing. Like I already mentioned the problem statement, there's lack of methodologies which is not effectively utilized in the PE classes, and that is what we are trying to enhance and bring improvements into. The TAM, the total addressable market for grassroots level sports, is around $1.2 billion. There are 5 to 10 lakh schools to kind of operate as an opportunity that we have. And I also gave a number of around 250 million kids that are present in India under the age group of, or the category of KG to 10th grade. I think we all know the kind of improvements that the Asian Games proved us, that we are rapidly accelerating our sports. And if we can do that just at the grassroots level to bring improvisations stage by stage, I think that brings the holistic development as a whole. We have definitely had some global partners and local partners. Very happy to share, we'll be soon onboarding Podkone Academy and Dhoni Academy and other different initiatives. We have tied up with Barcelona, Chelsea, Man U, Indian Olympic Association, which is in the process. We have a diverse team of members who have 60 plus combined experience in the areas of sports and domains, respectively. We started our journey with a revenue of 75 lakhs. We moving on to 14 crores this year, this financial year, and the projected growth, that growth will actually put us in a position to be the world's largest service provider just under 2.5, 3 years. That's our growth plan in terms of the employee size we're going. We are definitely looking for an institutional fund, and I think I'm so thankful for the Evolute team holistically who's helped us, chosen us. We are very grateful and thankful, and definitely we want to start our funding journey right from here, from where I began my college journey. So I'm a Ramaiah alumni and myself, and I'm so thankful for this opportunity. Thank you all.
Hi everyone, thank you for this opportunity, Ramaiah Evolute. I am really thankful. So I represent a company called FinCurious, which has been coined with two very interesting terms, finance and curiosity. So when we merge these together, we come up with something called as FinCurious. Now what are we? We are an edtech company into the upskilling space, specifically in the finance, and with a very unique proposition that we have brought in the market, which is called a simulation. I'll talk more about it. As we move forward, it's a $29 billion opportunity. And why I say so, just in the upskilling space, it's almost a $5 billion opportunity for us. But when I say so, we all are aware that India is the youngest country in the world. But do you know that every year 30 lakh just commerce and arts graduates alone, folks graduate, but they are not, 10% of them are only employable. Others are not, reason being there's a big skill gap in the industry today where they're not being learned anything practically that which can land them to a good job. This is what we are trying to solve. Just some more data facts. Today we have 25 lakh registered companies and LLPs in India with 1.5 crore registered GST businesses, but only 4 lakh finance professionals like chartered accountants, company secretary, cost accountants to take care of the Herculean compliance of the country, which the government is hell-bound towards imbibing technology to the core, which is quite missing today. To solve this, what we have done, we have built a very interesting simulation technology, which is an exact replica of the government portal. As you can see on the screen, small one though. So say for example, these are a GST portal. How is being taught today to the folks across the country? They are being taught theory and then they have been told, this is how you file your return. And then a video is being shown. To solve this, what we have done, we have created a simulation, which is an exact replica of the government portal, where a candidate can log in, file return, pay taxes, generate e-way bill, create e-invoices. Everything can be done in that portal so that they get the first-hand experience in a virtual world of a real-life experience and gives them the confidence in terms of once they have learned something and then immediately they become employable. On this, till date, we have developed this for all the government portals like GST, TDS, Income Tax, PF, ESI, and PT, except MCA, which is in the pipeline. And we are right now coming up with our B2C platform. We started with B2B2C model. We have around 120 plus centers across the country in a B2B2C model actually. where we open centers across the country in 20 different states. Now we are coming up with our B2C platform where it will be a self-learning model, which also includes a small experimental steps for each and every candidate in the app itself. So through the app or the web portal login. Very strong team. I myself am a chartered accountant. My co-founder is a CA. We have chartered accountants, lawyers, technocrats in our team who have built this completely. Got an opportunity to become a CFO of a company called Vedantu. So that EdTech experience is quite handy when we are trying to build this. Apart from this, we recently were the top 18 startups by IIT Kanpur from Pan India, and really thankful to Ramaiah that I was able to put this login logo as well, that we are among the top 21 startups, and again 15 of this cohort 3. Thank you very much. With this, just quick facts. We started just 8 to 9 months back in Feb 2023, and incorporated in June 23 officially. And I hope that we will be able to launch our first B2C product next month with a very high gross margin of 95% plus. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, everyone. First of all, thanks a lot, Ramaiah, for this opportunity and being over here with wonderful people like all of you. I'm Karan Patil, founder of Saka Robotics. We are a pretty young startup taking the revolution on to automate construction sites. With Saka Robotics, our core challenge that we are facing right now is the lack of skilled labor. We see that there are a lot of labors available in the market, but the skilled labor gap is widening a lot. And with the opportunities and world coming closer, a lot of migration from laborers from India is happening to all over the world, which creates a hollow gap in India itself. And when we talk about the global markets, the raise and the cost of each labor goes up and up day by day. But still, this is not the major problem on construction site. The challenge that the construction sites are facing today are that the speed of construction is getting slower, which should be faster. Second is that the limited productivity of all these workers put a lot of pressure on governments as well as on the builders to get the sites completed as fast as possible with the balancing out of labor or material, or even in some cases with high-end equipments. And also a lot of human error is there into all of these construction sites due to non-availability of accurate measurements that are applicable over there. So this is the core philosophy with which we started off. And then we went on construction sites, interacted with 130 odd builders and tried to identify where they are looking at an automation space over there. And we were able to list out some priority areas for them where they want automation to happen, or at least aid the workers on their construction sites with better equipments. Out of this, we finally come to a conclusion that wall finishing business is something that is more achievable in a shorter range of span, and also it is something that the pain is highest, because wall finishing out of all these priority areas is a job which requires highest amount of skill sets in the workers. So we have picked up this opportunity right now, and we are starting off with building a multi-purpose mobile robot which can do 3 of the wall finishing jobs. First of all, preparing the wall, putting up the gypsum plaster, and finally painting it. So these are the 3 challenges as well as the activities which builders are looking to automate, and we are getting on to them. Thanks a lot. Our long-term vision with this is automating on-site construction with a single machine which can be intelligent enough to take up multiple activities. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. This is Shivshankar Nanda, co-founder and CEO of Innovaugment Research Private Limited. We do innovations that get translated into products for unmet medical needs in dermatology. So this problem started with me facing the issue and went to see the doctors for hair fall, and they had prescribed only 2 FDA-approved drugs, minoxidil and finasteride, which have a lot of side effects and limited efficiency. Then I thought it is a common problem across the globe, affecting around 3,500 million people. With the background of regenerative medicine and previous startup experience in this domain, I thought, why can't I address this problem? That's how this problem has been addressed by our team of scientists. We have developed a platform technology of small molecules for unmet medical needs in dermatology, currently focusing on androgen alopecia and alopecia areata. Alopecia areata is more devastating because it's an autoimmune disorder where patchy hair loss will be seen. So our molecule, which has been tested for androgen alopecia, has been patented and been validated in 3D human hair follicle organoids and animal models. This molecule shows effect by increasing stem cells and increasing microcirculation and showing anti-inflammatory properties. We have developed a technology which can be scaled and be useful for developing other molecules for other unmet medical needs in dermatology, like atopic dermatitis and psoriasis. The platform is a humanized organoid platform which de-risks the drug discovery development stages and helps in finding safe and efficient molecules. So coming to global alopecia market, which has $7.6 billion, we would like to at least capture 20% of that, which translates to $800 million. Our aim, our vision is to develop small molecules which are safe and efficient and gets launched in FDA route, not just like molecules which are we go and get it in OTC without proper clinical trials and without proper safety studies. So coming to the summary of recent advancements, our molecule the lead molecule has been studied in for its safety and efficacy in 3D lab models in the lab and animal models, and then we are planning for phase 1 clinical trials in next 6 months, and our molecule has been patented, and we received DBT BIRAX Big Call 21, and we also got recently Karnataka Elevates Fund. We also received Startup India Seed Fund from CCAMP, where we are incubated. So these are some of examples of successful exits. So alopecia areata molecule has been out-licensed to Sun Pharma by various companies, and Dr. Reddy's and these kind of big pharma companies are involved in acquiring or out-licensing, in-licensing these molecules. So why choose us? So we are targeting huge market potential, and with the growing demand of dermatological issues, with COVID and other diseases also enhancing this problem. And then we are addressing at the root cause. Instead of just tackling at superficial level, we are addressing at the root cause with our deep expertise in the domain, in a safe and economical approach. We are a strong team, and we would like to launch after FDA clearance, and this molecule has been patented with huge market potential of out-licensing. Thank you very much, Ramaiah, for giving this opportunity.
Hello and good morning, everyone. This is Sharmishta from Tailblaze. Me and Saurav, we are here on behalf of our founder, Mr. Manal Maniar, who is on a business trip and taking India to the world. And we are here to represent Tailblaze. So to start with, first, our team has already ditched the rat race to join the dogs race at Tailblaze. And our mission and our aim is to be synonymous with pets. That is, in the coming times, whenever a pet parent thinks of adopting a pet or taking care of a pet, they should think of Tailblaze. That's our aim, that's our mission. We are a brand who is backed by a lot of heart and science. As you can see on our logo itself, our logo is in the color of blue and yellow, the spectrum that dogs can see. Before going further, I would like all of you to introduce you to Aditi and Atul, proud pet parents of a retriever and a cat. They work in an MNC and they stay in Bangalore. The pet market is exploding at a rate we never thought of. But where are the storytellers beyond the gross margins? To take a sneak peek into our TAM, our total addressable market, 40 million pet dogs and cats in India by the end of 23, $1.25 billion current market size, growing at a CAGR of 20%, and more than 200 billion current global market size. So what is the problem Tailblaze is trying to address? Lack of knowledge. Even whenever in human food we put something unusual, there are n number of regulatory bodies who comes and catches the collar that you cannot do that, you cannot put this is harmful. But such regulations lack in the pet industry. So brands and behemoths say they're selling glorified junk because of this relaxed industry norms. And even the pet parents, they have immense love for their fur friends, but due to this lack of knowledge, they're unable to judge between what is good and what is bad. Even in developed countries like UK, more than 51% pets are unhealthy, and there is no reliable brand till date to address this. So there comes Tailblaze to bridge this gap. We can proudly say that our SAM and TAM are almost equal. We are a brand who caters to everything and every segment. Tailblaze is a kennel of brands. As I said, it's of the dogs, for the dogs, and by the dogs. We have Tailblaze Foods that caters to almost the dog treats and food market. We have Groom Room, which is the mass grooming range, where almost 20% of the products are unique. We have Tailblaze Potentials, which is the luxury range, yet cost effective, and all the products are almost new to the market. Next, we have Purpose, which is a purposeful products for cats. And next, we have Tailblaze Freestyle, which is accessories brand, which is backed by a lot of technology. So in terms of competition, where do we stand? Well, we proudly say we have nothing in common with other brands. Some are old school, while some are low quality. And we stand just in between with innovation, cost effectiveness, and product width. So meet our team. We have two CTOs, our Madam Curie, a cute Shih Tzu, and our handsome Sir Einstein. So this is our revenue. By 2024, we are aiming 25 million. And for this round, we are asking for next INR 50 million at 10% equity. Thank you all wonderful people for giving us this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. Two others who are supposed to come, their flights are delayed. They're coming from outside Bangalore, so they'll come directly for the awards function. Thank you very much. We have coffee and tea outside. Please join us for that. And we reassemble at around 11:50 here, because the function will start at 12 o'clock. Yeah? Thank you so much.